So in this video, I showed you how to pick content pillars and plan your Instagram content. And in this video, I showed you how to automate your Instagram posts. Now, there is one more piece of the puzzle that I forgot to tell you about, and that is Instagram hashtags. Now, as a small business owner, it is so important that you use the right hashtags, because hashtags not only help your content get found in search, but they also help extend your reach, which increases your brand awareness. And I want to make sure you're using the right hashtags for your small business. For those of you who are new to this channel, I'm Cheri. I'm a social media strategist, and I help small business owners make more money, make more impact, and be more confident when it comes to social media marketing. And in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Instagram hashtags, because if you haven't heard, and I talked about this a little bit in my last video, that Instagram is taking a turn, okay? Their focus is going to be completely different versus how it used to be back in the day when it was just mainly a square photo sharing app. You may have heard it trending all over Instagram. Another thing they came out and said is that they wanted us to start using hashtags differently. Now, lots of Instagram gurus, experts out there, including myself, have told you guys to use all 30 hashtags, okay? Well, Instagram has finally come out to announce that instead of using all 30 hashtags, you should now use 8 to 15 hashtags. But the thing about it is, you want to make sure these hashtags are super relevant, very niche and industry specific, and you want to make sure these hashtags are going to be beneficial to your growth over on Instagram. It is very easy to use the wrong hashtags, and using the right hashtags is something that I speak with small business owners about all the time. And everybody, including myself in the beginning, we all use hashtags wrong, okay? For example, I'm a social media manager. It is okay to use the hashtag social media manager, but 9 times out of 10, my target client is not on Instagram searching social media management. Now, I will say there's always a caveat, okay? Sometimes using that specific hashtag in my content does me justice. And because I have social media strategist or social media manager, I think at the time, she went and searched for social media manager, then my information came up, you know. Let's just thank the algorithm for that. So that's why it is important that you use those industry and niche specific hashtags, but you want to be able to mix it up a little bit, okay? You want to use hashtags that are super niched down, but then you also want to use hashtags that your target customers are out there searching for. So if you don't know about Instagram hashtags, I just want to give you a little breakdown. Instagram hashtags can be used in 2 different ways, okay? People can follow hashtags and people can search for hashtags. So you have to figure out what is the best way to use them for your content. And I just kind of want to walk you through a brief process on how you should be searching for or picking the right hashtags for your small business. There are so many apps out there that you can use to generate the best hashtags for your business. I will say that there's a ton of them. Hashtastic, Hashtag Expert. You can even use some of the social media schedulers to get suggested hashtags, okay? But I want to show you a free way. Now, I'm not promising you that this is the best way, but I'm letting you know that this is a free way to do hashtag research. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen because I want you guys to actually see what it is that I'm doing. I don't know about you, but somebody can sit and explain something to me all day, but it's only when I see it and I can actually do it for myself is when it will finally register, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm just gonna kind of briefly show you some of the things that you should be looking for when you are doing Instagram hashtag research for your small business. Instagram hashtags can be extremely confusing. Trust me, I know, because I was there at one point in time. But it's all about the trial and error, and you have to experiment in order to find out what works and what does not work. And I mean, that's just like the name of the game. But I want you to understand is that if you are a small business owner, you could be a seasoned business, an established business, you could be a startup company, and especially if you are a startup company, making sure you're using the correct Instagram hashtags should be an essential part of your social media marketing strategy, because again, like I say, the hashtags gives you that extra boost to make sure your content is landing in front of the right people. And it's also a way to categorize your content to, again, make sure your content is landing in front of the right people. There's two things you can do with hashtags. You can follow them and you can search for them. And my goal with this video is to make sure your content appears whenever people are searching for these hashtags. Now, before you sit down and you start doing hashtag research, I want you to get a Google Sheet and I want you to make a list of, let's just say, 10 hashtags to start with. I want to give you an example because I want to be as precise as I can possibly be. So let's just say you are a real estate agent. One of the hashtags that I would not recommend you use is hashtag home buyer. And I want to explain it to you like this. You're a real estate agent. Your job is to help people find homes, okay? Help people with the home buying process, the whole nine. Using a hashtag in your content, hashtag home buyer, is not the smartest thing to do, because think about it like this. Somebody who is using the hashtag home buyer is using that because they've already done what? Can you guess? It's because they already purchased a home. If they already purchased a home, 9 times out of 10, they don't need your services, okay? Because you are in the business to sell homes. So you see how that relates? Now, instead of using hashtag home buyer, how about maybe, okay, let's just say you are a real estate agent in Houston, Texas. So let's just say hashtag single mom in Houston, or hashtag moms of Houston, or hashtag business owner in Houston. Like something that your ideal customer is either following or either searching for on Instagram. Once you have your list, you're gonna go ahead and come over here to Instagram. Now it's time to share my screen. I'm gonna go here in the search column and I'm gonna type in real estate Houston. And I'm just gonna see what comes up. So we have real estate Houston, okay? And that number that's right under the hashtag, that is the number of posts that is associated with that hashtag. So to break it down, that is the number of times this hashtag was attached to a photo or a video or whatever, okay? So you wanna, and I'm just gonna use this here as an example. I think this is a perfect example. So you see how it says real estate Houston at the top, and it has 29,000 hashtags, 29,000 posts associated with that hashtag. Depending on your account size, this could be a good hashtag for you to use, okay? Depending on your account size, this could be a terrible hashtag for you to use. And how you know that is, okay, this is how you want to look at it. If you're a smaller account, you want to use hashtag. I would more so use the real estate Houston, Texas, okay? Or even, real estate Houston photography. And I know that's not, it only has 45 posts, so maybe that's not a good example. But the more posts that are associated with the hashtag will decrease your chances of being visible through that hashtag, if that makes sense. So if I'm a small account, let's just say I'm a startup account and I have 300 followers, it would not be in my best interest to get on Instagram and use a hashtag that has 1 million posts associated with it. Why? Because I'm just a little 300 follower account on Instagram, and if I use a hashtag with 1 million posts associated with it, there goes my content. Nobody's gonna see it, okay? So that's why you wanna pay close attention to the amount of posts that are associated with that hashtag, okay? You don't wanna use hashtags like love or just real estate or home buyer, or just something that's so generic, you don't want to use those hashtags because, for one, again, your target customers are not following those hashtags. They're not looking for them, you know, and not only that, but they're way too big for your small account. So that's why it's so important that you sit down and you look up your hashtags before you just start sticking them on your posts. You want to make sure, you know, the hashtag is being used. People are actually searching for that hashtag, you know. Another thing that you want to check, let me show you this, is you want to make sure the hashtag is actually being used, but not being used too frequently. I'm just going to click on Real Estate Houston and let's just see what comes up. I'm not a real estate agent. Actually, I don't even work with real estate clients, but I'm just using this as an example. So if I click on this top post, this was December, like the top post for this young lady here, Raven the realtor. She's beautiful, by the way. The top post was December 10th, 2020. Okay, this may not actually be a good hashtag because it's not a frequent hashtag. This one, August 11th, 2020, July the 6th. Yeah, so this would not be a good hashtag to use. And that is because it's not being used enough. So it's not a very active hashtag, if that makes sense. So another way that you can get hashtags, a free way to get hashtag ideas. Okay, so you see all of the hashtags that Monica is using here. Okay, so she's using that main one that we typed in. I think that was like Real Estate Houston or something like that. So she's using that, but then she's also using all of these other hashtags. Now, this is going to take time, guys. This takes time. Look at each of these hashtags and check for everything that I just told you about. Check to see how many posts are associated with the hashtag. Check to see if the hashtag is being used. You know, make sure it's not a spammy hashtag, because what happens when you use hashtags that are banned or they're either spammy hashtags, what happens is you get a lot of bots. Bots start liking your photos, they start DMing you and all kinds of things. So hashtag research, guys, is real, okay? It is a real process, and I just want you guys to get the best out of your Instagram posts. Using the right hashtags is the best way to make sure that happens. So today's video was very short, very brief. Here are a few takeaways just in case you missed, okay? Instagram no longer wants us to use 30 hashtags. When you use too many hashtags, it confuses the algorithm, okay? I've even tried to post a few Instagram reels with no hashtags, and I will say that the one reel that I did not use any hashtags on got the most views and the most engagement on my page thus far. Am I saying go out and not add hashtags to your content? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that maybe every now and again, it's okay to just not use hashtags, okay? So don't use 30. We don't need to be doing that no more. Use 8 to 15 hyper relevant, niche and industry specific hashtags, okay? Hashtags that your community out there are engaging with, are following, are searching for, okay? Make sure you don't use a hashtag that is surrounded with so many posts. Again, put it all on a spreadsheet, break it down. Yes, it's going to take some time, but make sure you're using the hashtags that don't drown out your content. You want to make sure it's an active hashtag. You want to make sure it's not a banned hashtag. You want to make sure it's active by checking the top posts, the most recent posts, and see when did those people post those. Like I said, oh girl was back December 20, 2020. That's not a very active hashtag. And the last thing, don't use generic hashtags. Don't use very broad hashtags like love, like Insta like for like, Insta good. All of those hashtags are going to hurt you more than they will help you. So make sure you're using the right hashtags. And another thing, if you are interested, if you are a small business owner and you just need a little more guidance when it comes to marketing your small business on Instagram, I want you to download a free copy of my ebook, because in this ebook, it's like a roadmap to Instagram marketing. And I've gotten so much feedback on it lately. And every week I'm adding more and more and more information. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, share it with somebody who could benefit from it. Small business owners have other small business owner friends. So go out and share this video. If you did like today's video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I post all kinds of social media marketing tips that will help you as a small business owner. And until the next video, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.